Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, let me introduce myself. My name is Jules. My pronouns are he, him. I am a commercial food photographer and styler and author. And today we are doing a setup video. I'm letting you all see the setup of my health and fitness journal is what I've decided I'm going to call it. This is in a Hobonichi Weeks April Start, which is actually a February start. It's the black pleather with the white stripe, and this is the stripes clear cover on cover that's on top of it. And so, yeah, I'm just going to walk you through the setup of my Hobonichi Weeks April Start health and fitness journal. So I've attached the clear pocket that comes with it. I might put stuff in there at some point. I might add stickers to this page at some point, but at this moment in time, I'm not too worried about that. I am not using this calendar at a glance for anything at this point. I have no plans for it. That may change. But as of right now, I have no plans for this calendar. This year calendar I am using to track my exercise time every single day, plus a few other things. So when it's a rest day, every single Wednesday, it's a rest day. I'm going to highlight my rest days so I know why there will only be 15 minutes exercise. My watch tracks me. I do so much walking and so much movement while cooking my breakfast in the morning that it thinks I'm exercising. So it counts actually because of how long it takes. So I'm tracking my rest days so I know why that number is particularly low compared to the rest of the days. I also have, so I'm with my personal trainer, I'm on a training cycle of 2 weeks of heavy loads and high reps. 1 deload week where I do half the time as far as exercising, as well as very, very small for me weights. So I'm going to be, because my time exercising is going to drop dramatically. So I'm using that I'm going to highlight that in the Tombow 992. The rest days are Tombow 192. If there is, if I make some notes in the daily, weekly section that I want to refer back to, I'm going to put a little asterisk on it, and then N60 and the Tombow brush pen is going to be when I start a new exercise phase. So I'm currently, as an example, on phase 12, week C. So I go phase number, week AB, deload, CD, deload. And so I'm just going to highlight the first day of a new phase. So each exercise cycle for me is 6 weeks, just so I know when a new phase is starting, so I can see how also that affects my daily workout time, just for mental stuff. And then the month section, I might change what colors for what every single month, but I'm again on the month section. I'm going to be tracking with Tombow 192 the phase number and week. So as I just explained, so an example, I'll be starting phase 13, week A right here. So I'm just going to highlight the bottom section green and have that written on it. Symptoms is another thing that I'm tracking with. I'm going to highlight that information in Tombow 800, and it's basically things like when I have a migraine, when my autoimmune stuff flares up or has changes, onset of an infection. There's a whole bunch of other things, symptomology, that I track that has to do with my chronic health conditions. N60, I'm going to use to record the beginning and ending kilometers every single month for my exercise bike, because spin is what I do for cardio, rhythm exercise actually, or rhythm cycle. And I also do some cycling every hour for my movement because I can't walk for a long time, but I can cycle. So I do, to get my steps in, I cycle every single hour. So I'm going to track that. Again, I'm also going to track my deload weeks here, as well as the name, just so I can see it at a month at a glance as well. And then any medication change, and that's in 992, and any medication changes are going to be 910. And the phase number and week and the deload weeks, this is something new that I'm going to be tracking in here. Right now it's tracked in a fitness app that I use. And to correlate it with some other stuff, it's too much work and I need to see this information in one place. But the symptoms, how much I bicycle every single month, and my medication changes and days that I have to take, like I have my biologic that I have to take on a specifically every month, and other things, med stuff, that's stuff I already track in my days. Yeah, my Jabun Techo days, and it's moving into my health and fitness journal. And then we get to the week section, and these are some things these are like notes for me to remember. I'm just going to move it down just a bit, just so as I get used to doing this, because again, this is stuff that I kind of track in a bazillion different places and I'm losing information, so I want it all at one place. So these are going to be exercise notes, and I might actually, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a really, okay, hold on, let me grab the pens that I'm using. So there's a really faint line right here, and I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, that I made with Ohuhu. I'm gonna link this in the in the description. It's a fine liner dual brush pen, and so I have a really light line here that I've created, and I might do it here as well because there's some specific exercise notes that I think I might want to keep in its own box, and then the exercise name in another box. And so it has deload information, basically what weights I lifted and for how many reps for my deload, workout name, the rhythm cycle title, and then miscellaneous thoughts about my workout. This is stuff that's going to be tracked in this section. And then in this section, I am tracking my active minutes every day versus my inactive minutes. So during my work hours, what my active minutes are, my all-day active minutes, and then my inactive minutes. And this is going to might help me correlate some things with my fatigue levels that I currently track in my Jabun Techo Biz. If you watch any of my life plan with me's, or you've watched one of my Jabun Techo Biz setup videos, you understand how I track my energy levels every day. I'm also going to make a video specifically about how I use the spoon theory to plan at some point. This is just this line is made with the pen that you get with a Uniball Jetstream is what this line is. I'm going to be tracking my macros. Again, this is something that is tracked in an app and Chronometer, but I also need it written down so all this information is together, so I'm not having to flip between 3 different apps. It's basically what I'm having to flip through to get this information, and I need it in one place. So I'm tracking my protein, like how many grams out of how many grams for what I have every single day, and the percentage of reaching it. So my protein, my carbs, and my fat. And then in the notes section here is what Penguins Create calls body talks. And so it's basically any major symptoms that I want to, like if a migraine puts me in bed, that's going to go here. And then some words of encouragement and some other things that my personal trainer has told me will also go into this section. So that's how I am using the weeks, or whatever section this is called in this is the week section. And then in the notes section, I have a bunch of trackers and a journal. So I've used this as the beginning of a table of contents, and I'm going to get this out. And then these are all, then I have, so this is my journal index, and I already have, because I have a journal section in here, which is like starts on page 38. So this is the list of all my trackers. And I meant to turn this one, The Rides I Love, into a tracker, and I didn't make a note to. So I forgot to do it. So now it's a page in my journal. So I already have a journal entry in this. And then this table of contents here, and these are all highlighted alternately with the Tombow brush pen in those 5 colors I already said beforehand. And then these lines are made with the Ohuhu color marker fine liner dual brush pen. This is the 93, and I found it really interesting because normally on the Jabun Techo, if I were to, I did the lines first, and then I highlighted over it with the Tombow brush pen. And because they're both watercolors, these gray lines should have smudged and faded. And they would have if I was doing it in my Jabun Techo, and they did not. There was like a day in between when I put down the lines and in between when I highlighted every alternating line. And some of this color picked up on the brush pen itself, but it did not smudge. And I was very impressed about that, because the very first time I like did this line, I'm like, oh no, I made a mistake. And then I looked, I'm like, oh, well, maybe not. So that's one thing that I really like about the combination between using the Ohuhu pen and the Tombow brush pens on the Tomoe River paper. That was a nice surprise. So anyways, back to this page. This is when I set a new goal. So it has the goal, the date that I set, and the date that I achieved, as well as any changes that I make to things. Like I'm planning to change my macro ratio soon. So I'm going to put a date and then I change my macro ratios just so that when I'm spotting trends, I can look back to here and see exactly when I made specific dates, changes to things. If I'm planning to increase my caloric intake soon and focus more again on building muscle. So that change is also going to be noted in here. So that's what that is for. And then my first set of trackers, this is monthly or weekly, and then monthly. So it's my average macros. And this is the week number corresponding to, so this is week 9, and the very first week in here is the 9th week. So every single Sunday, so it's my protein numbers, whatever grams over my target, the percentage, carbs, fat, all the way through, and then the monthly averages for my protein, carbs, and fat and percentage, and I'm trying to get close to 100% for each of them. I normally reach about 90 to 98, depending on what the macro is. Reaching my fats and my carbs are really, really difficult for me. Protein, I have no problem reaching and exceeding. And normally protein is the macro that people struggle with the most. And it's not that I try to eat low carb I have to be careful with because I have reactive hypoglycemia. And if I eat too many carbs without fat and protein to balance it, then I have a huge insulin spike and my blood sugar tanks and I pass out. So I'm trying soon, I'm going to be replaying again with my targets and try to do it in such a way, increase my carbs and how much fat and protein I also have to increase so that my blood pressure or my blood sugars, stay stable. And this seeing it weekly here will also help me figure that out. And right now, again, this is all kept in an app, and having to get that information, I have to do a whole bunch of work, and it's just easier if I can look in here and see it this way. It's going to go from the app to the page. And then next, I am tracking my average ins and outs, calories. So my intake, how much I'm burning. This is a week again, weeks and months, and then the difference. And then again, the month overall, what my average for the month was in and out and the difference. And again, doing this on a weekly basis every single Sunday at the end. Oh, I will actually be recording it on the Monday morning once my Sunday's over. But yeah, this is a weekly basis. And my next tracker is my weight plus body fat. And this is on, I do this every single Friday. And again, this is a weekly and monthly basis. So my weight on the Friday, then I'm also going to record my low and my high for that week, because your body weight fluctuates every single week as water and all that stuff. And then my body fat percentage. And I'm not on a weight loss journey. However, we track my weight as well as my body fat, because as I am trying to get rid of some fat that I gained because of being on prednisone for a long time, we have to make sure that I'm not losing muscle. And unfortunately, part of figuring out how much muscle I'm losing for fat, I have to know my weight, because there's some math and stuff involved. And this is again. Then the monthly, I'm just going to do the graph, and this should go down. And my weight, actually, once I am down to my goal body fat, my weight may actually go back up again as we focus again on me gaining muscle, because I am getting too small. And that's a whole other situation. So, and that's another, weight does not matter, because there's a lot of people, 65 kilos on one person and 65 kilos on another person, two completely different, even at the same height, right? It's, again, weight is a thing. A lot of people who want to lose weight, they actually want to lose fat. And so, get yourself a body composition scale. And I use a Wivings. I was using a Renpho, and the Renpho is really, really inaccurate. Really inaccurate. So, yeah. So that's that tracker. And then this is exercise, how much time I exercise every single week and every single month. And this little buddy here who looks like they're exercising, I made a mistake when I was first doing this axis of the graph, so I had to put a sticker to hide it, and I found this cute little guy who looks like he's exercising. So it was very appropriate. I'm going to be doing this again on a weekly basis, how much time I exercise every single week, and then every single month. And this is a huge range from 20 hours a week to 40 hours a week, because there are some weeks and some months where my exercise drops down to almost nothing because of flares and illnesses and stuff like that. And it's just interesting for me to know. And I exercise a lot. I'm not going to give out numbers, because I don't want this to be, this isn't about numbers. This isn't about for other people. I don't want people to feel like they're doing it wrong or whatever. I don't want people to feel bad about where they're at on their fitness journey, especially if they're disabled like I am. I'm lucky that I have a really good trainer and really good physiotherapist and pain doctor at the pain clinic and all that. I have a really good team that a lot of people don't have. So my journey is different, and I don't want people to compare their journeys to mine. So I'm not going to give out numbers. Yeah, so that's that tracker. And then because I have primary hypertension, which means hypertension that is caused for no other reason than I just have it. It's not diet related. It's not weight related. I just have catastrophic hypertension when it's not treated. And so I have to record it every single week to make sure that my medications are still working. So that's what this tracker is, to track my systolic, diastolic, and my heart rate while I'm taking it. and that's in a fourth app. So this is basically 5 apps that are all being consolidated into one book. And then my average resting heart rate, the date, the heart rate, and this is weekly. And again, we're going to be tracking it monthly, and I believe this is Fridays. Let me double check that. Nope, I'm going to be recording it on Sundays. And then my estimated VO2 max, and I really wish I started tracking this months and months and months ago to see the trend. Because I haven't. And Fitbit, I have Fitbit Premium, and so it gives you an estimation number, which is like a 4-digit range, but it doesn't show you a graph over time, unlike some of their other numbers they track, and I'm really sad about that. Because it would have been interesting to see how my estimated VO2 max has gone up with other changes that I've made, and I don't have that data for the last year. And so I want that data, and so I'm going to be keeping track of that as well. And then these are my estimated 1 rep max for, I'm tracking 1, 2, 6, 12, 18 different exercises. My trainer has me doing like over 30. I do over 30 different types of exercises in a month. My workout routines are very, very dynamic. And they're very, very dynamic, and I don't do the same 5 exercises every single chest day or every single leg day or whatever, right? They change every single week in a 4-week cycle. First, for 2 reasons. Hold on. I'm going to talk while you look at this. 1, to create neuroplasticity in my nerves as we are trying to delay me going paralyzed in one leg as long as possible by creating some new neural pathways. So we have to change up what my body is doing to keep it guessing. And the other is so that I don't get bored. And this was, I'm trying to find where, because I got this off of YouTube. And so did I write down that tracker, and I meant to because I wanted to give the name for this. I borrowed this from somebody. Who did I borrow it from? I might have to go into, I swear I wrote it down. Okay, this is going to bug me because it's not there. So let me go into my watch history. Please bear with me. I may edit this out. I may not. It depends on how quickly I get there, because when I saw this, I was going, like, I spent weeks and weeks watching so many different YouTube videos trying to find, like, what should I put in my journal? What should I call it? And it was, okay, there we go. I'm going to link this video in the description as well. So these specific spreads, I changed it very slightly, but I got this from Martin-Made TV and their health and fitness journal, and that's also seeing their videos. Like, that's what I need to call it, health and fitness, not health and wellness, not wellness. So yeah, I'm going to be tracking my estimated 1 rep max every single month. It will be just an estimate. It's hoped to go up. Eventually on this axis, I'm going to put like a range of kilograms. I have it highlighted at the moment for where those kilograms are going to go, but I don't know what those numbers are going to be yet until I put these first numbers in at the end of March, and then look back at my current trend. This is the 5th app. I use strengthslevel.com to track how much stronger I'm getting month over month. And I have to look through some old data to see what my current trend is to figure out what these numbers are going to get. So the exercises that I'm tracking, in case you're curious, is my Romanian deadlifts, my sumo deadlift, my sumo squat, goblet squat, glute kickback, leg extensions, bench press, incline bench press, chest fly, tricep extension, skull crusher, lateral raises, face pull, upright row, renegade row, side bend, pull through, bicep curls. And that's just a handful of the exercises I'm doing. And the reason why I chose these ones is because these are the ones that I do the most frequently, and strength level gives a 1 rep max for them because enough people also do them. And then this next section is going to be where I put, I think also I didn't explain something back here. I'm going to go back to, this was also boo-boo. I wrote this out wrong. I put average resting heart rate here too. So I had to put a sticker on that and put it down there. So I'm now at a point in my training where my fitness person wants me to send them body pictures to make sure that my muscle development is even and that I'm not overtraining specific body parts. And so I figured, well, I have to send my body pictures front, side, and back to my trainer. I may as well put them in here too. So I made a boo-boo there. I have to figure out how to cross or cover that up. So that's what these pages are going to be for. And then I'm back to needing monthly blood work. So I guess this would be my 6th app because this information is kept online. And so there are some things that I need to track specifically, and instead of going online to look at the graph that's online, a couple things I'm going to write down here, and then any thoughts I have, any medication adjustments that I make as a result of those numbers, stuff like that. So just blood work notes. And then I'm going to eventually decorate this page. This is the first page, going to be the first page of my journal. So I made a journal entry today. In the meantime, I'm using Traveler's Notebook insert today about a medication that I stopped taking last week, and I've lost. It caused me to retain a lot of stuff, and I lost. I'm just in quotes weight when in fact I haven't lost weight at all. I was just retaining stuff, and so I had to make a note just so that I don't freak out. That oh my goodness, I've lost a ridiculous amount of, a dangerous amount of weight in the last week. When it's no, one of the reasons why they stopped this medication is because it was affecting it was having really bad negative side effects and put you in the emergency and a few other things. And this is just your body correcting for that stuff. So stuff like that, longer thoughts about things, whatever. Right, just journaling about some stuff. When I have longer thoughts about anything going on, health or fitness, something I want to remember to tell my doctor would be another thing. If I write it out, then I remember. Or I can bring it just to be sure. And then, as I said, I have to highlight this. A list of rhythm cycle rides that I love, that are easy to do or that I want to do again for specific days. And yeah, so the back of these pages are going to be my journal pages, unless I suddenly think of another tracker. At which point that is going to go in here as well. And that is it for my health and fitness journal for 2024 into 2025. I hope it gave you some ideas on how you could use a weeks for health and fitness specifically, different things you can track. If you found this video at all helpful or educating, whatever, if you learn something new, give this video a like. It will help other people find it. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I do a lot of Jabun, Techo, Biz and Days functional planning, as well as the occasional unboxing and Happy Mail and setup videos and some Hobonichi content sprinkled in there. Ring that notification bell so that you're notified when new videos go up, and join me every single Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. British time for a live plan with me where we sit and we chat for an hour and a half, and we have a good time. We plan or do journal or whatever for an hour and a half. Until next time, I hope you all have a safe and fabulous week. Bye.